Yeah, hi and welcome to Serenity Leisure's YouTube channel. Currently we have got a highly unusual motorhome. We've got all these very modern ones in here, which are all lovely, lots of German kit. But we have just taken this in part exchange, and this is something extremely interesting. So this is a 1984 T25 Westfalia conversion, and that in itself needs no introduction. What is extremely special about this T25 is its chassis number one. This was the very first T25 that Westfalia manufactured, and it started its life obviously out in Germany, came over to the UK in 2005, has had some serious restoration, but the guy who part exchanged it with us wanted to keep it as original as possible. So he's kept the majority of this camper van original with regard to its interior, seats, switches, buttons, that sort of thing. The overall condition of it is pretty much exceptional. There is no rust in it. Okay, it's had a full underbody sealant treatment done to it. It's had the outside, just looks absolutely superb. This is in its completely original colour. And as I said, he has spent thousands of pounds. There is stacks of service history for this camper. But as I said, what makes it very collectible and usable for that matter, because he was using it on a fairly regular basis to go on holiday. He just loved Type 25 campers, and spent, as I said, all the money on this. He even, when it came into part exchange on Saturday from the South Coast, he even told me, because it was raining, that he'd spray the bumpers with WD-40 because he didn't want them to get dirty. That's how fussy he was. Right, okay, so it has had a new canvas top, which you can excuse for the year, okay? Because a 1985 one of those now would be tatty. I've got a few classic cars myself, and I know there's certain things, like such headlining on the cars, that sometimes you do have to replace with the newer stuff. But apart from that, it is original, but just look at the condition of it. She's absolutely gorgeous. I asked him why he put these reflectors on the side. He said, because that's how it was when it came out of the factory. I asked him about this chrome trim around the windows. So all these windows have been out when it's been painted and put back in, but normally you just put it back in with a normal, I suppose, new window rubber. The chrome trim, which was an absolute nightmare to fit. So they were paying a lot of attention to detail. It runs very well. Okay, it would help, wouldn't it, if I had the keys? So I'll just do a walk around a minute. Wheels and tyres are nice. Door shuts, spotless, where it's all been done properly. Bottoms of the doors. Much the same regarding condition on this side. Hopefully you can see the little box on the top there. Yeah, you can see that, the condition of it. I do like this little vent. They don't make them like that anymore. So again, condition-wise, this side, spot on. This will turn heads, this camper, just because of its originality. As I said, nobody's going to know it's number one off the production line, but that is certified. I have the original German logbook for it. As I said, I've got, well, I'll show you, the way that this door opens, really nice and solid. Oh, let me just show you the boot. This has got a very, very nice Mark II Astra there, which hopefully won't be in the way when I try and open this up. Okay, that'll be the one that was already open. There we go. Previous owner told me that when it was restored, they left this cover white. Apparently that's how they come from the factory, and that's how they have to be left. So he's left that original. The engine has just been serviced. The engine has been particularly well maintained. It is not a nut and bolt restoration to the engine. I can tell you that much. You would have seen a photograph of that in our advertisement. I can't do it with one hand, but it's been very well maintained, as I said. So, full berth. Yeah. Well, the headlining's good. Skylight, it's got some grazing in it. Nothing to worry about, it doesn't leak. I know that's because we've just pressure washed the roof just to get the greenery off of it. She's done 235,000 kilometres. In 1997, it had only done about, I think it was 200, near on 200,000 in 97. So it's not done a lot since then. The only thing that I can see that's not original on the front is the radio cassette. So it was me keeping it. I try and find an original radio for that. These seats do swivel. As you can see in the photographs, as I said, trim is original and very good. This is classic camping. I was very pleased to inform me that this is the original curtain that goes around the front of the front windscreen on night time, and that's an original fly screen for it. Yes. Table here, this swivels out. It has got UK sockets on it which are put in, and it has got a little baby inverter down there as well. But that, from what I can see, are about the only things on it that are not original. Now, the interior, whilst it is absolutely superb regarding condition, it is original. I've probably said that word about 10 times already. Hasn't been restored and hasn't needed to be restored, as in replacing upholstery and so on and so forth. So you're going to get originality in the dashboard. See some of this sort of cracking here? It's just nothing. It just adds to the vehicle. 4-speed. Fabulous. Now, the underside of it, let's just see what I can do. Try and take a look. I don't know how much of that you can actually see, but this has been up on a ramp, okay? We have looked at it, and it's very, very nice. This isn't one of those cheap and nasty restorations whereby they've just put a load of filler in it and flicked a bit of paint across it that's then going to start rusting again in 6 months' time. Oh no, this is far from that. This has been done properly with a huge amount of money spent on it. So this really warrants going into a collection because of its pedigree. Tailgate, that's all good to match the rest of it. As mentioned, there's stacks of history with this camper. I think I told you. So we've got the original books here. The original German logbook is here. That's the history. I mean, it's just a lot of it. And one of the most important things on this motorhome or camper van is hopefully you can make that out. And there's the value of this Westfalia in that little chassis plate there, which I'm hoping you can make out. Puts the manufacturing production number as 001. It's always nice to have the first of anything really that's manufactured, and because these are quite special and quite sought after, to have a number 1 yeah. So potentially this, we thought about what to do with it and was going to send it to a classic car auction because I think it will attract worldwide interest, especially from Germany. But we're not going to do that. We are just going to auction it ourselves and see where it goes. So that little Anybody who's VW conscious will know that that little handle there, you have to pull that to get the spare wheel down. Okay, I wouldn't have had a clue what that was. I probably thought it was a tow hitch. Yes. Okay, that completes Serenity Leisure's video for this 1984 T25, number 001.